The following video was written and filmed before the major leak of March of the Machine Aftermath. It contains no spoilers, nor any reference to the cards leaked. Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, what is March of the Machine, the Aftermath, the set? Only vaguely making an impression amidst the deluge of Magic the Gathering products, most non-enfranchised players probably are only tangentially aware there's even a set coming out after March of the Machine. It has something to do with being an epilogue for the story, or something. How many cards are in this set? Are they reprints or new designs? Are these cards going to be standard legal, pioneer legal, modern legal? Are there packs only or other products like bundles and commander decks? Will there be battles? Will there be poison or some kind of oily counters? Planeswalkers? Stickers? How much will it cost? Well, you can look all that up for yourself. This video instead will cover not so much the what of the new Aftermath set and more the why of it, a consumer reaction to this new product, and it is indeed an interesting new one. In fact, to quote Mark Rosewater, March of the Machine Aftermath is a new kind of thing. It's a standard legal premier set, a fifth set in addition to the regular 4 standard sets, but while its booster packs contain only 5 Magic the Gathering cards each, they still will cost about the same as a draft booster pack and... Whoa, I'm sorry, did that just say that booster packs are only going to have 5 cards in them? 5 cards? Okay, looks like we do need to first cover what the heck this even is before getting into the why the heck this even is, because it's coming out in just a few weeks. As the sun sets on March of the Machine, we ready ourselves for 5-card booster packs, 5-card booster packs of March of the Machine Aftermath. And don't worry, there's also $20 a pack collector boosters for it. Those contain 6 cards. What is Aftermath? Set to be released on May 12th, March of the Machine Aftermath is what Wizards of the Coast has referred to as a micro set. These epilogue booster packs are meant to focus on the lore and story of Magic the Gathering, specifically the tying up of loose ends and establishing of continuing threads following the Phyrexian invasion of the multiverse that lasted for about 2 hours before Elspeth cut Elish Norn's head off. Each epilogue booster will contain 5 cards, 1 to 3 cards of which will be rare or higher, and the remaining 2 to 4 being uncommons. Within those 5 cards, 1 to 2 of them will be foil. The current price for a booster box of Aftermath is $85, and each box will contain 24 packs. While it's worth noting that this is of course just pre-order prices, if they remain accurate, it means the average bulk price will be about $3.54 per booster pack of 5 cards. Very much in line with draft boosters and likely meaning that over-the-counter prices for individual packs might go closer to the range of $4 each. Obviously, at only 5 cards per pack, you cannot draft or otherwise play with these in limited games of Magic the Gathering. And again, these prices may change somewhat between the pre-order period and launch. The buy box promo is Jolriel, voice of Zalfir, who is a really cool Simic value engine that turns lands into birds and draws cards. Also, hella rad, kids still say hella, right? Hella rad artwork by Hernanda Sosa. What? It's a cool card and I love the artwork. Wait a minute, how many different versions of this card are there gonna be? Jolriel will be available in extended art, alternate art, extended alternate art, and etched foil, and alternate art in the old border. Make a note of these 5 styles for this one card for later on in the video. March of the Machine Aftermath will also feature both collector boosters and a bundle. Collector boosters are still 12 packs per box of $240, but these collector booster packs have only 6 cards each. That means you are still paying about $20 $20 per pack of 6 cards. Of those 6 cards, 4 cards will be rare or higher, and 2 will be uncommon. Each pack will have 5 to 6 foil cards. Okay, I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but it is wild to me that these are 6-card booster packs, but the foil distribution is 5 to 6 foils per pack, which, if my English major math skills are correct, means that some packs will have 5 foils and 1 non-foil, while other packs will have 6 foils. Why not just make these $20 a pop packs of 6 cards all foil? Just make all the cards foil. Why are there going to be some packs where it's 5 foils and 1 non-foil? Just make them all foil. They did that back in Alara, by the way. There were these premium 15-card foil standard packs that sold for, and yes, they actually had an MSRP, $11.99 each, but anyways, there's also Aftermath bundles. Aftermath bundles are amazingly priced at $40 to $42 each, which is what regular bundles cost. Though again, they only contain 8 epilogue boosters, which again contain only 5 cards each. As is the case with bundles, they will also contain the usual land pack and promo card, as well as a spin down die, the storage box itself, and not much else. Why do these booster packs contain so few cards? Well, the entirety of the Aftermath set is only 50 cards. There's only 50 cards in Aftermath. So this is a standard set that comes out about 1 month after March of the Machine, is meant to be lore-focused, but micro in size, though of course not micro in price. That's essentially the what of it. Now, why is it? Why is Aftermath a consumer perspective? All right, so again, I am just offering a consumer perspective and reaction here. Obviously, no one has to buy anything. And also, obviously, if this has cool cards in it that can be used in fun games of the absolute awesome experience that is playing Magic the Gathering, then that's great. But there are a lot of products these days, and this is a new type of product, and I have thoughts. I have a reaction. Why do I think this product is? Well, the first why is the why that we have been told, that this set is a lore or story supplement. It has come about because of the need of the story to have an epilogue. And that kind of makes me wonder, is this set essentially a post-credit scene to Marvel's March of the Machine? Given the incredible influence Marvel movies have had on Magic's story ever since the Avengers, viewing Aftermath as a post-credit scene in the form of a 50-card set is understandable, I feel, even if it is ultimately inaccurate. Now, I do not want to turn this video into an in-depth critique of the March of the Machine storyline, but since this set is indeed being billed so strongly as a necessary epilogue to that story, I need to address one aspect of the storyline. I'm not going to go into the plot points that you may or may not have liked, or characters and their arcs, for many characters the conclusions to their arcs that you may or may not agree with, whether the Phyrexians should have won or lost. We're not getting into any of that here. What we are getting into is structure as it relates to set release. Aftermath as a needed epilogue is so strange to me because the Phyrexian invasion of the multiverse is a story that had a beginning set, Phyrexia All Will Be One, but then the middle and end of that story were both combined into a single set, March of the Machine. In my opinion, this is a huge factor in why so many people have expressed frustration and disappointment with that story. It's not because of the various story beats, but because of the structure as it relates to set releases. I believe strongly that a story of this scope needed 3 sets, and the fact that there is apparently a need for an epilogue set, well, that leads a certain credence to my belief. Phyrexia All Will Be One was great for beginning the Phyrexian invasion of the multiverse, but the actual invasion of the multiverse needed its own standalone set, and that set should have been March of the Machine, the defeat of Phyrexia, and the aftermath of that defeat should have been a concluding 3rd set, perhaps called Fall of the Machine, a set concluding the story with Elish Norn and Phyrexia's defeat, and providing room for whatever story beats are to be covered in this Aftermath epilogue. The fact that by the time previews for March of the Machine began, we already knew the ending and outcome hindered the dramatic stakes immensely. Nothing is more indicative of this narrative overcompression than the fact that the trailer for March of the Machine was of Elspeth defeating Elish Norn, and just that we are going to begin the set with our villain losing and being defeated. What stakes for the story are then going to be told? And the other thing that's so strange to me about this idea that Aftermath is this weird 50-card set that is needed to wrap up the Phyrexian storyline is that, well, we already have more products than ever before. Honestly, is there really such a shortage of product space to tell your story in that you need to combine both the middle and end of a story into a single set and then also create this weird 50-card micro standard set? And I don't actually believe that that's needed. And I think that in reality, this set has a lot less to do about the story, which is its own little separate mess, and a lot more to do with the idea of how great it would be to be able to create and sell these little 50-card micro-standard sets in booster packs of 5. And when I think of that, I am reminded of another set from Magic's past. Double Feature. Double Feature, for those who may have blocked this from their minds entirely, was Wizards of the Coast attempting to sell a new product without making a new product. They literally just took the two most recent sets and combined them into one without curating them at all. They didn't even bother to remove duplicate cards that had appeared in both sets. They just took two already created products, hit copy-paste, reduced the grayscale, and presto, instant product. Just add water, or just add grayscale. It is my belief that Wizards of the Coast is hitting a point of such product oversaturation that they need to sell more products than they can create, and Double Feature was an attempt to see if they could indeed create an entire booster box set that didn't require them to design cards, to test cards, to curate cards, or even pay and commission new artwork. So how does that relate to Aftermath? Well, here we have, and again, this is just my reaction as a consumer, but I see these 5-card boosters, and I can't help but think some executive said, hey, what if we only had to make like 50 new cards, and then those cards didn't have to be designed for something like Draft? We put 5 cards in a booster pack, charge about the same amount, and then presto, we've got another product to release this month. And now by no means does that mean that Aftermath is the same as Double Feature's There's No Product Here. There is a product here. It's just as even Wizards of the Coast is calling it, it's a micro product. Why didn't the price go down with the product going down? So take a look at this. In January, we had Dominaria Remastered. Then in February, we had Phyrexia All Will Be One. Now there was nothing in March, which is weird because the next set is called March of the Machine. That one came out in April, and then Aftermath comes out in May. So far that's January, February, March, April, May, 5 months, 4 products, almost a product every month. After May, it's June, and that's when Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth comes out. That one's got Commander decks and all the other stuff. Nothing in July, but then in August, we've got Commander Masters. Wilds of Eldraine doesn't yet have a revealed release date, but the fall set is typically in September or October. So it'll either go August, Commander Masters, into Eldraine in September, with October not having a product, or vice versa. We also don't know the exact release date of the Doctor Who Commander decks, and I think there's something else coming along with those that hasn't been fully fleshed out. Might be a secret layer. I don't think it's a full set, but there's a little bit more than Commander decks. That might be the next month. And then, of course, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. That's the winter set, usually coming out in November. Maybe we'll have another set revealed by December. But even if we don't, looking at this calendar, we've got a major set released almost every month. And I think that's really the goal, that we'd like there to be a product, a big product, released every single month. Every month there's a big thing to sell. But that requires a lot of design work. And so an understandable goal is to try and find the absolute minimum amount of work that can be done for some of those products. And they need to do that because I don't think that the design team has grown in proportion to the products that are now being output. So the solution is, of course, finding things to sell that require less resources and staff to create, hence micro sets. And again, look at that calendar. If we're not building towards there being a set released every month, then I don't know what's going on. We had 24 commander decks last year, a secret layer a week. We're adding micro sets this year. Yeah, we're building towards that constant release season. Every month is a new release. I think that this micro set is going to have a lot of new artworks and versions of each of those 50 cards. We've already seen the 5 cards for the booster box promo. It's nearly half a dozen versions, and with collector boosters in a bundle, I have no doubt that Wizards is going to try and stretch out those 50 new card designs into countless art and frame treatments for us to be able to open up in these packs. Final thoughts? Magic's story should not need more product in order to be told. There's already more products than ever, and there's no reason that the story cannot take its time and stretch itself out over as many sets as it needs to properly be told. The idea that Magic's current story was just so big that the only solution to do right by it was to create a 5th standard set is hard for me as a consumer to believe. What I instead focus on is the fact that they are creating fewer cards, selling packs with fewer cards in them, but still charging comparable prices. It seems the drive is to see if they can sell less but charge more or less the same. Now again, these are just my reactions and observations to the idea of a micro set. I've talked about oversaturation and product fatigue before. I won't get into that again here, but I also want to emphasize this set may in fact have some awesome cards and awesome designs in it. Let's look at it in isolation. Isolated from the other products released this year and even isolated from the cost per pack for us to buy, those 50 cards of this set might be incredible home runs that do nothing but add great new avenues and paths for this game. It might even be worth it to buy, though of course, that is a question many Magic the Gathering players will have to ask in another video.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Today, we are playing with $50 budget decks. It's Budget Commander with Budget Commander.
Hi, my name is Tomer from MTG Goldfish. My commander is Min, Wily Illusionist.
Yeah, hi, I'm Joey. I am playing my baby lasagna.
My name is Alec, and today I'm playing Satoru Umezawa.
My commander is Helena and Elena. So these are what Canadians call biscuits.
No, these are what Canadians call bribes.
Excuse me.
All right, that needs to die just so that reference can die.
I didn't want you to draw 14 cards. That's a lot of cards.
But Joey,
Just to send a message, attack you with my Ornithopter.
no way.
What?
What?
For 0.
I'm a method actor. I'm like Christian Tesseract. Bale.